Don Jr. offers Acosta a reminder of the terrorizing packages sent to the Trumps. President Trump's eldest son, Don Jr. took to Twitter to offer CNN's White House reporter, Jim Acosta, some helpful reminders about what he and his family went through when they were mailed envelopes containing white powder. People magazine reported on the ordeal and described how President Trump's daughter-in-law was taken to a Manhattan hospital as a precaution after she was exposed to a white, powdery substance when she opened a suspicious letter addressed to her husband, Donald Trump Jr. Furthermore, according to a piece in The Hill, President Trump's other son Eric Trump said all the members of his family have had white powder mailed to their houses. He went on to say that his family members have been victims of anthrax scares, during an appearance on Fox News's Hannity, saying they have had white powder show up at their residence. Sean Hannity asked Eric Trump if his family had been threatened. "I've been threatened," Eric Trump said. "Our family's been threatened. All of us. We've all had white powder show up at our house. So, it's safe to say that the Trump family knows exactly what it's like to deal with political hate and threats." Don Jr. reminded Acosta of this after the CNN reporter took to Twitter to criticize President Trump's comments on the threats. Don Jr. wanted to know if Acosta and his co-workers at CNN take any responsibility for their heated rhetoric, including calling the Trump family racists and Nazis. From Daily Caller. CNN's Jim Acosta complained that President Donald Trump continued to attack the media at a campaign rally Wednesday night in spite of multiple apparent pipe bombs being mailed to the offices of various politicians and media companies this week. Trump talked about the bombs sent to former public officials at his rally in Wisconsin. But once again he didn't mention CNN, Acosta said on Twitter. On top of all that, he criticized the media for coverage he doesn't like. And, of course, he took no responsibility for his own rhetoric. Acosta. Trump talked about the bombs sent to former public officials at his rally in Wisconsin. But once again he didn't mention CNN. On top of all that, he criticized the media for coverage he doesn't like. And, of course, he took no responsibility for his own rhetoric. One of the undetonated mail bombs was addressed to former CIA Director John Brennan and delivered to the CNN building in Manhattan. The building was evacuated as a response. The president's son, Donald Trump Jr., did not take the criticism of his father lightly. Don Jr. was himself a victim of a mail terrorism scare in the summer. A package with white powder was sent to his Manhattan apartment and opened by his wife. Don Jr.'s wife and members of her staff were hospitalized as a result. The white powder turned out to be harmless, but a letter included in the package read, "You're an awful person and now you get what you deserve." Jim, did you or your colleagues take any responsibility for your rhetoric in constantly calling my family racists and Nazis for 2 years when my wife actually opened an exploding envelope of white powder intended for me? Don Jr. asked on Twitter. What about when it happened to my brother? Jim Acosta. Heavy check mark Acosta. Trump talked about the bombs sent to former public officials at his rally in Wisconsin. But once again he didn't mention CNN. On top of all that, he criticized the media for coverage he doesn't like. And, of course, he took no responsibility for his own rhetoric. The man responsible for these mailings has pleaded guilty, according to The Hill. The Department of Justice DOJ announced that Daniel Friziello, 25, pleaded guilty to 13 counts of mailing a threat to injure, and 6 counts of false information and hoaxes. He has been under house arrest since he was charged in March, and will be sentenced in January.